All right, good morning everybody. I wanted to jump on here because it's been a minute and I apologize for the delay, but today we are going to be using a tennis ball. If you don't have a tennis ball, maybe you have another type of ball, something in and around this size, because I want you to be able to like grasp your hands around it. If you don't have a tennis ball, let me know. Again, I think I mentioned that with the bands as well. I have the means to be able to get you guys some of the equipment that you need if you do need it. So just let me know and I'd love to be able to help you. The best way to start this off would be is if you're on something of more of like hardwood floor or tile or something like that, so that way you can bounce the ball. I am currently on carpet, so my ball's not going to be able to bounce as well. If you only have carpet in your house, this might be a little bit more difficult. But if you happen to have hardwood floor and can do some of the tennis ball exercises on something with a more solid surface, that would be better. And then again, depending on the ball that you're using, you might not be able to bounce it. So I have this nice, beautiful colored ball, compliments of Cooper. And so I figured we can just kind of start off. So sit up nice and tall in your chair. We'll start bouncing the ball. And you can bounce from your right to your left, from your left to your right. Ooh. And if I mess up in here, nobody's allowed to laugh at me because this is really hard. I feel like I'm slamming it against the ground to get it to bounce. And if you want to, you can go just from the right hand to the right hand, bounce and catch, bounce and catch. And then go from your left hand to your left hand, bounce and catch. All right, and if you want, you can even try and do it catching palm down. So catching palm side down. So Doug likes to call this the Pac-Man. So you bounce and then catch it palm side down. And it's always good to probably have somebody there with you too, so that way if the ball gets loose, they can help you catch it. Don't be diving for the ball. Dan, I know you. I know that you'll go and try and dive for that ball if it gets away from you. Ooh. And I have two Dans in here. It's talking about Big Dan. But it's not Big Dan and Little Dan, it's just Big Dan and Danny. Yeah. Daniel and Danny, that's what it is. No Big Dan, Little Dan, I got you. All right, again, catching palm side down. Ooh, all right, now sit up tall in your chair. We're gonna go back and forth and back. Sitting up nice and tall, don't be slouching over, sit up tall. Back and forth. And then try and close your eyes. I was talking about this one. It's like when you're trying to brush your teeth without looking in the mirror. Going back and forth. Just no falling asleep. And you can open your eyes and we'll go up with our right, catch with our right. And they can be a little toss. It doesn't have to be something big. I feel like Richard is notorious for going all the way up and then coming back down. You can do a nice little toss. We're working on hand-eye coordination on this one. All right, we'll switch to our left, up with our left, catch with our left. And again, you can do it as big as you want, but you don't have to do it super big. You can do nice little tosses, keeping your hand and eyes on the ball. And then we're gonna go into the next one. We'll place it on the back of our right hand, and I usually like to place it in between my pointer and my ring finger, and then I almost like drop down my middle finger a little bit. And you're just trying to balance it. And we've gone over this. Half of you tell me, no, there's no way I can do that. And then by the end of it, you are. So practice makes perfect, so keep doing this one. And once you can get it balanced, if you want to start moving it, you can. Whether it be side to side or up and down. And then switch hands. You can move it to your left hand. And then again, once you get it balanced, then you can start moving it. And it's easy during some of these because you're focusing so much on the tennis ball to let your posture drop. So remember to keep a nice tall posture, sit up nice and tall, shoulders are back, head is up. And you're moving your hand around once you get it balanced. And we'll roll it around like you're rolling some dough. I feel like this is something I need to bring some peanut butter balls in the next time that I see you guys. Rolling, rolling, rolling. Or this could be like a meatball. I know, sad story. I don't know if you guys have ever heard about the Espos meatball, but Espos closed down a little while ago. And their spicy meatball was one of my favorites. And switch direction. So you go one way and then go the other way. Again, don't let your posture fall as you're focusing on this. Sit up nice and tall. Smiles on faces. Tom, I'm talking to you. Oh, I have 2 Toms now too. This is, I would say this is the original Tom, not West Virginia Tom, my other Tom. And pack it down like you're packing a snowball. Pack it, pack it. Pack it nice and tight and place the ball in your lap and do your fingers. So we're touching our thumb to every one of the fingers on that same hand. And Tim, I know you. Set the tennis ball aside down. You always put it in between your legs, and then when you're focusing on your fingers, it slips. So just set the tennis ball down if you have to. And back and forth, each one. And if you want to, play a song while you're doing this so you can go to the beat of it. Maybe you want to have some little music going in the background so you can go to a tempo. You can do this one really at any time during the day. And if you find like a certain tempo to a song, go to the tempo of the song. I feel like that's always nice and challenging. And back and forth. I know Richard, he would do this. He says that he could do this. No. Different. We wanted to have the thumb and the finger on the same hand. Back and forth. I think that's probably one of the most notable things is everything's so quiet while I'm here because I don't have to have Richard. And I'm trying to go, Richard, that's enough. Richard, Richard. It's very quiet. All right, guys. Well, that's, for the most part, that is it, I would say. You can do, the only other ones that I can say that you could do with the tennis ball is if you wanted to throw it up and clap. Throw it up and clap. Throw it up, clap. Do a double clap. Oh, almost got that one. Oh! Goodness gracious. So if you guys want to do that one or even bounce the ball and clap. You guys can keep doing those ones. Those were a couple of the other ones that we've tried doing. You can even bounce, catch it on the back of your hand. Bounce, catch it on the back of your hand. Oh, I'm losing it. Tim, you're the best at that one. You know you are. You need to like send us your trick on how to do that. I need to try and not do it on carpet, would probably help me. But that's really all for today, guys. I am missing you. I think I'm going to do a couple of videos today so that way. All right, so that is all for today, guys. I really am missing all of you. If some of you haven't heard, the Y is going to be closed until April 26th. And so they're going to reevaluate come a little bit later on. But I do know that we'll be closed down until the 26th of April. And so I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that. I can't wait to see all of you. If you have any pictures that you want to send to the group of just like anything that's going on, if you have anybody that's digital savvy and can send out a picture, I'm sure that everybody wants to see everyone. So you guys get to see me probably too much on these videos, but if you guys want to send out pictures or anything like that, it would be wonderful to see all of you. And I was trying to think today of a good question to ask all of you. So while you're doing this video, I want you to think of your name, of course. What is your name? I know, Eric, you always have a hard time with that one, remembering your name. And then we've done this one before, but I'm gonna say a word and I want you to say the first thing that pops into your mind. So I'm thinking of pastries. And I want you to type and write out the first thing that came to your mind, all right? I miss all of you guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.